Okay, welcome learners. This is chemistry. I'm your teacher, Miss Lesa. This is grade 11 chemistry. We'll be looking at acids, bases, and salts. So we are starting with the topic acids, bases, and salts. We'll be looking at acids, bases, and salts. So in this order, acids, bases, and salts, we are going to start with acids. What do you understand by the term acid? Most of you say, no, I have gastric acids. There is acid in this food substance. Someone was acidified. What do you understand by the term acids? So an acid is a chemical substance which, when dissolved in water, produces hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ions. I repeat, an acid is a chemical substance which, when dissolved in water, produces hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ions. So an acid is a chemical substance which, when dissolved in water, produces hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ions, meaning this hydrogen ion, when this particular substance dissolves in water, will be the only product in a chemical reaction that will be positively charged. It will be the only product to be positively charged, and in this case it is a hydrogen ion. Okay, and an acid can also be said to be a proton donor What do you understand by the term proton donor? Because it is producing hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ions, we expect that it is going to donate this proton from the positively charged hydrogen ion to be the only proton in the products of the reaction, and therefore it is said to be a proton donor. An acid is also said to be a proton donor. Now, acids are of two types. We have two types of acids. These are, number one, two types of acids. Number one, we have mineral acids. Which are, of course, formed from naturally occurring mineral elements. These are formed from naturally occurring mineral elements because you have seen that they are mineral acids. Obviously, they are formed from naturally occurring mineral elements. Formed from naturally occurring mineral elements. Examples are hydrochloric acid, okay, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, etc. So we have hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, nitric acid, etc. So now these, I'll give you symbols for the examples. Okay, hydrochloric acid is HCl. Okay, sulfuric acid, H2SO4, nitric acid, HNO3, and phosphoric acid, HNO3, and phosphoric acid is H3PO4. Okay, these are examples of mineral acids. Mineral acids, they are acids that are prepared from naturally occurring mineral elements. These are types of acids. I said acids can be classified into two. Number one, we have looked at mineral acids, which are acids that are formed from naturally occurring elements. The second type of acids are organic acids. The second type of acids are organic acids. Number two, organic acids. These are formed from plants and naturally occurring living organism matter. These are formed from matter such as that of living organisms. They are formed from natural organisms such as plants. These are formed from natural matter such as plants. Okay? They are formed from natural matter, naturally occurring organic matter. These are formed from organic matter. Okay, such as plants, e.g. plants. Okay, and examples of these, of organic acids, we have methanoic acid, okay, ethanoic acid, propanoic acid, methanoic acid, propanoic acid, carbonic acid, ethanoic acid. Those are examples of naturally occurring living matter acids, such as that we are calling organic acids. Sorry, these are examples of organic acids which we said are formed from naturally occurring organic matter. Okay, methanoic acid, ethanoic acid, propanoic acid, and butanoic acid. Symbols: HCOOH, CH3, COOH, C2, H5, COOH, and C3, H7, COOH. So for now, all you need to know is that organic acids are formed from organic matter, such as that of plants. Organic matter simply means matter of living things. It is living matter. It is matter from living things. And e.g., we have plants, okay? Decaying matter from plants is organic matter. And these acids are formed from such kind of matter. So the acid you find in orange or lemon juice is an organic acid. Okay? The acid we find in orange juice is organic. The acid we find from metals is mineral acid. That is the difference. The acid we get from metals is mineral acid. The acid we get from living matter such as plants. Of course, lemons, we know there is acid in lemon, there is acid in orange. Most of our fruits and some bitter vegetables have quantities of acid in them, and that is organic acid. Examples of organic acid are methanoic acid, ethanoic acid, propanoic acid, and butanoic acid. So acids are classified into two types, and we have said these are mineral and organic acids. There are two types of acid: mineral acids and organic acids. So let's move on and look at ionization of acids. What is ionization of acids? What is ionization of acids? To be ionized, ionization is simply the forming of ions. From the term ionization, when you look at the term ionization, this simply means the formation of ions. We are forming ions. This is to form ions. And I'm sure from grade 10 you learned that an ion is a charged particle or atom. An ion is a charged atom. Okay? So if an ion is a charged atom, in the ionization of gases, we are simply charging atoms, or we are simply forming charged atoms. Okay? So when acids dissolve in water, they produce hydrogen ions. That from the definition we have given here. When acids dissolve in water, they produce hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ions. They produce hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ion. So in ionization of gases, we are simply separating the hydrogen, making it the only positively charged ion from our particular acid. That is what we call ionization. This is the dissolving of acids in water to produce hydrogen ions. Okay. All right, that's what you can remember. Okay. So we'll pick that from there. Ionization is the formation of ions, and an ion is a charged atom. Okay, so to ionize an acid is to simply form hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ions. When an acid dissolves, they produce hydrogen ions. Okay. As the only positively charged ions. Okay. This hydrogen will be the only positively charged ions. Let us look at examples of ionization of acids. How are acids ionized? Examples of ionization of acid. We'll start with A, HCl. Okay. When HCl dissolves in water, it will produce hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ions. And chloride ions, which we obviously do not care the charge of chlorine, because what we are looking at when we are discussing acids is the production of a hydrogen ion as the only positively charged ion. We are looking at the production of a hydrogen ion as the only positively charged ion. B, nitric acid. Okay. Nitric acid will also follow suit. Hydrogen ions are going to be the only positively charged ions. What about phosphoric acid? When it dissolves in water, of course, we'll have hydrogen ions. Okay, so from here you can see clearly that after ionizing all these acids, we can tell that clearly only the hydrogen is positively charged. Only the hydrogen is positively charged. The other parts of the reaction, or rather the mineral part of the acid, dissolves and comes out negatively charged. Only the hydrogen ion is positively charged. Okay, so this is how acids are ionized. You can, as your homework, okay, you can show how the following acids are ionized. Okay. Sulfuric acid, butanoic acid, okay, methanoic acid, and D, let's have okay, these three are enough. Show how sulfuric acid, butanoic acid, and methanoic acid are ionized. Show how sulfuric acid, butanoic acid, and methanoic acid are ionized. Okay. Having looked at what an acid is, I mentioned that an acid is a chemical substance which, when dissolved in water, produces hydrogen ions as the only positively charged ions. There are two types of acids. The first one is a mineral acid. This one is formed from metals. This one is formed from metals, and hence the term mineral acid. So it is formed from the combination of a metal and hydrogen ions, and which, when ionized, will produce a negatively charged particle and a hydrogen ion being the only positively charged ion. The other type of acid we looked at is an organic acid. This is formed from natural organic matter, such as that of living things, for example, plants. Okay, so the acid we find in lemons, the acid we find in oranges is an organic acid. Examples are methanoic acid, carbonic acid, butanoic acid, propanoic acid, and ethanoic acid. All these acids on the board, this part of the board, are organic acids. We have now talked about how to ionize an acid. What is ionization? This is simply the formation of ions, and we say that an ion is a charged atom. An ion is a charged atom or a charged particle. If an ion is a charged particle, how are acids ionized? We say that in the ionization of acids, only hydrogen ions are supposed to be positively charged. The other ions are supposed to be negatively charged. Examples, we ionized hydrochloric acid. This is obviously in the dissolved form. When you dissolve hydrochloric acid, you expect that a positively charged hydrogen atom will emerge and a negatively charged chloride ion. The same applies with nitric acid, phosphoric acid, and you can show how the dissolving of sulfuric acid, the ionization of sulfuric acid will come out, that of butanoic acid, and also that of methanoic acid. So we can move on to strength of acid. What is strength of acid? How do you define the strength of an acid? The strength of an acid is simply the measure of, or the capability of the ion, the measure or ability of the acid to produce hydrogen ions. Strength of an acid, how do we measure the strength of an acid? How strong is this acid? Not by bitterness. Most of you, when you eat a bitter lemon, it has too much acid. One that is not bitter, no, this orange doesn't have too much acid. No, that is not how strength of an acid is measured. We measure the strength of an acid by its ability to produce hydrogen ions. The ability of an acid to produce hydrogen ions is called its strength. The strength of an acid is its ability to produce hydrogen ions. Okay. Let's just quickly look at the strength and then see what we can leave for the next lesson. So the strength of an acid this is its ability to produce hydrogen ions. The ability of an acid to produce hydrogen ions. It is the ability of an acid to produce hydrogen ions. It can also be defined as the ability of an acid to donate protons. Because we said an acid can also be defined as a proton donor, it can also be defined as the ability of an acid to donate protons. There are two in In the case of strength of an acid, we have two categories of how strong acids are. The first ones are weak acids. Of course, from the definition strength, we expect that some acids are stronger than others. Some acids are stronger than others, so it is safe to say that there is one type which are weak acids and the other are strong acids. What is a weak acid? A weak acid is an acid that partially dissolves in water. These are acids that partially dissolve in water, or their donation of protons is said to be partial. It is not complete. They do not completely dissolve, they do not completely donate protons. They partially ionize when dissolved in water. They do not completely ionize. Partially ionize when dissolved in water. For lack of a better term, when dissolved in water. And generally all organic acids are said to be weak acids. Okay, note that all organic acids are weak acids. Generally, all organic acids are weak acids. So here you expect all the examples of weak acids to be the ones we looked at under organic acids. Okay? So these are methanoic, okay, butanoic, ethanoic, and of course propanoic. These are weak acids. Generally, all organic acids are weak acids. Let's wind up by looking at strong acids. What is a strong acid? On the other hand, these are acids that completely ionize when dissolved in water. These are acids that completely ionize when dissolved in water. These are acids that completely ionize when dissolved in water. These are acids that completely ionize when dissolved in water. These are strong acids, and obviously, generally, note that all mineral acids are strong acids. Generally, all mineral acids are strong acids. So we are talking about HCl, which is hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, and also nitric acid. Okay? Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric, and also nitric acid. Okay. Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, and nitric acid. These are strong acids. Note that generally all organic acids are weak acids and all mineral acids are strong acids. That is how you classify. So when you are asked to give examples of weak acids, definitely you just go to the organic acids. When you are asked, on the other hand, to go to strong acids, you just directly go to the mineral acids. You will not forget which ones they are before you even come to the definition, which say that they partially ionize or they completely ionize when dissolved in water. You will remember that strong acids are mineral and weak acids are organic. So weak acids are acids that partially ionize when dissolved in water, while strong acids are acids that completely ionize when dissolved in water. Okay, so before we get confusing ourselves, I think for today we'll end the lesson here. Until next time, when we look at how these strong acids completely ionize and how the weak acids partially ionize, I'll see you next time. It's been Madam Lesa with you for chemistry. Thank you very much.